I always believed that love meant family never leaves you behind. All my life, I worked these hands to raise my boy, my only boy. When he was little, he used to hold my finger and say, "Mom, one day I'll show you the whole world." And I believed him, every single word. The day finally came. They said we were flying together. Oh, my heart, it danced like a child. I even packed my clothes 3 days early. Can you imagine? I ironed his old shirt, kissed the picture of his wedding day, and whispered, "See, you kept your promise." The house smelled like fresh tea and old memories. Sunlight slipped through the curtains, touched my wrinkled hands, and I thought, maybe old age isn't so lonely after all. Then the doorbell rang. When I opened it, there they were, my son standing tall and handsome, and his wife smiling that polite smile she always wore. I hugged them tight, my heart laughing louder than my voice. Finally, I said, "We're going to see the world together." They nodded, said everything was ready, and I clutched my small leather purse like it was a treasure chest. As we stepped outside, the sun was melting into gold, the taxi waiting, the sky wide and kind. I looked at them and said softly, "I'm the luckiest mother alive." The airport looked so big when we reached there. So many lights, so many voices, so many dreams taking off at once. I held his arm, smiling, my heart whispering, "This is it, the beginning of my little adventure." But deep inside, beneath all that laughter and hope, something cold brushed against my chest. Just a second, a passing chill. I ignored it. After all, they were my family. What could possibly go wrong? The airport, and my heart was beating so fast I could almost hear it. So many people, so many lights. I kept turning my head like a little child, afraid to miss a single thing. I must have looked silly. I kept asking, "Where's our gate? Where's our plane?" My son smiled and said, "Just sit here, Mom. We'll check in and come back."
Just like we
I
promised.
nodded,
Okay.
holding my small
Straight
purse
ahead to
tight
security,
against my
and
chest.
they'll tell you where to go
I
next.
trusted him more than anyone in this world. I sat on a bench near the big glass wall, watching families walk by, kids running with balloons, couples taking selfies, laughter everywhere. It felt like I was part of a dream. Every time someone hugged their mother, I smiled too, thinking, that's how my boy hugs me. Minutes passed, then more minutes. The crowd kept moving. My heart was calm at first, but soon it started whispering, "It's been a while." I looked at the clock above me. Just a few minutes, I thought. Then I looked again, and again. The clock hands moved, but they didn't bring him back. I tried calling out, softly at first, then louder, "Son, sweetheart." No answer. I looked toward the check-in counters. New faces, new voices, no sign of them. My hands started shaking, the purse slipping slightly from my grip. I told myself maybe there was a delay. Maybe they were in a long line. But deep inside, a strange coldness began to grow, the kind that seeps through your bones. I saw an airplane rise through the glass window, its lights blinking against the darkening sky. For a moment, I smiled again, Maybe that's ours, I whispered. But as it flew higher and higher, a small tear rolled down my cheek because something inside me already knew they were on it. The noise of the airport started to fade away, and all I could hear was my own heartbeat, slow and heavy. I clutched my purse tighter and whispered, "They'll come back. They have to." Soft music fades. A distant airplane sound echoes. Scene slows to silence.
They'll come back, right?
Maybe I just didn't see him come back. Maybe he went to get me a sandwich. That's what I kept telling myself as I sat there, watching the same people walk past me again and again. Time moves differently when you're waiting for someone. It feels like the clock starts teasing you. Tick, tock, tick, tock. But nothing really changes. I looked outside the glass wall. Planes were taking off one after another, their lights fading into the clouds. Every time one left, I whispered a small prayer. God, keep my boy safe. Then I smiled. Silly me. My boy wasn't even on those planes. I looked down at my purse. Still there, my fingers resting on the old photo I carried. He was 5 in that picture, his cheeks puffed up, frosting all over his face from the cake I baked. How he used to laugh when I scolded him for licking the spoon. Hours passed. The announcements kept echoing names that weren't his. I stood up once, tried to ask someone, "Have you seen a young man, tall, wearing a gray jacket?" They just shook their heads and walked on. My legs ached, so I sat down again. The coffee in my cup had gone cold. I wanted to throw it away, but I couldn't move. It felt like if I stayed right there, he'd find me easily. The janitor came by, sweeping around my feet. He looked at me and smiled softly. "Ma'am, are you waiting for someone?" I smiled back. Oh, that trembling smile. "Yes, my son. He'll be here any minute." He nodded, walked away quietly, and I kept staring at that empty hallway, believing any minute now. But deep down, I think I already knew he wasn't coming back. I don't know how long I sat there. Maybe hours, maybe a lifetime. The lights in the terminal began to dim. Announcements grew fewer and footsteps disappeared one by one. Silence can be so loud sometimes. It whispers things you don't want to hear. I looked around.
The airport is now closed. All passengers must proceed to the exits.
The janitor was gone, the coffee shop was closed, and even the little boy who was crying earlier had fallen asleep on his father's shoulder. Only I was still awake, still waiting. Silly old woman, still believing he might come running, saying, "Mom, sorry, we missed the flight." I could almost hear it. Almost. My hand reached for my purse again. Inside, next to that old photograph, was the ticket he'd bought for me. One way, just one way. That's when it hit me. The truth wasn't cruel. It was empty. Just empty. My heart didn't break in a scream. It broke in silence. Because love doesn't stop when someone leaves. It just learns to stay behind. I stood up slowly, my knees aching, my body trembling. I smiled at the reflection in the glass, wrinkled, tired, but still me. Still the mother who believed too much. Maybe that's what love is. Believing even when the world stops waiting with you. I walked toward the exit, each step lighter than the one before. And as the doors opened, the cold night breeze kissed my face. For a moment, I laughed. Softly, like a child again. Because even though they left me behind, I still carried them with me. Some departures never really end.
Sometimes losing people means finding yourself. Maybe that's true.